welcome to all at our today's program of MBA Freshers Reception Fall 2020, organized by the Department of Business Administration of Northern University, Bangladesh. Dear students, from now you have become the member of Northern family, and we hope that your education will be privileged with the help of this reputed institution, and we expect that all of you must flourish the name of this educational institution with the help of your work and success. It is the first time that Department of Business Administration has organized such type of precious reception in the virtual platform because all of we are know we are passing very hard time in COVID-19 pandemic situation. But still now we are very glad and delighted to get all of you with us in this grand occasion. We are very grateful, honored, and delighted that for today's program, Professor Dr. A.K.M. Saiful Majid, Chairman, Grameen Bank, is present as our chief guest today. Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northern University, Bangladesh, is present as special guest of this program. Professor Dr. Aminul Islam from School of Business Innovation and Technopreneurship, University Malaysia Perlis, is present today as our guest of honor. He is one of our current adjunct faculties in the MBA program, and sir is very popular to our students. Professor Dr. Nazrul Islam, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean of Faculty of Business of Northern University, Bangladesh, is present with us as program chair. Moreover, we are very glad to get our Honorable Treasurer, Professor Dr. Muhammad Ikramul Islam, as well as Dr. Javed Mahmood, Head, Department of Business Administration, Northern University, Bangladesh. Honorable guests and dear students, welcome you again. Me, Farzana Chaudhuri, Senior Lecturer, Northern University, Bangladesh, will be you till end. At first, I want to request our Honorable Head, Dr. Javed Mahmood sir, to give the welcome speech.
Chair of this session, Dr. Nazrul Islam, Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean of the Faculty of Business, NUB. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. A.K.M. Saiful Majid, Chairman, Grameen Bank. Respected special guest, Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain, Vice Chancellor, NUB. Today's guest of honor, Professor Dr. Muhammad Aminul Islam, who is also one of our popular adjunct faculties. Dr. Muhammad Ikramul Islam, Professor and Treasurer, NUB, my colleagues and beloved students. Assalamu alaikum. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to this evening's program. It is a great honor for me also, as two of our guests, Professor Saiful Majid and Professor Anwar Hussain, are my direct teachers. It is a great honor for me to be able to stand before them today. But this event is for you, the students who have got yourself admitted to the MBA or EMBA of NUB this fall semesters. You are now members of the NUB family. But what is NUB? It is our claim that NUB is a digital university. And I think that we have given ample proof of that during this horrible pandemic. Actually, from even before the pandemic started, we had something called blended programs, where global teachers like Professor Aminul Islam used to teach courses online from Australia and Malaysia. As such, when the pandemic struck, it was comparatively easy for us to switch our entire operations online. I can proudly say that our students did not lose even a single day's class due to this disaster. We have not only taken classes, we have also arranged vivas and have conducted exams online. Whereas I think that even the University of Dhaka, my alma mater, has just restarted taking classes from July, and they are not still taking exams. Institutions like Government Teachers College have not taken classes for 7 months. The achievement of NUB is remarkable, I will say. Dear students, another thing which I am sure will fascinate you about NUB is the relationship between the teachers and the students. Around 50% of the teachers in the business school have doctorate degrees. But most importantly, you will find that they will always be ready to guide you in every way. Here, I should also point out that the Honorable Chairman of our board, VC Sir, Pro VC Sir, Treasurer Sir, are all teachers of the business discipline. So, in this respect, you are very lucky. The pandemic will not last forever. Hopefully, soon you will be able to join real classes. Here, too, in addition to our other campuses, NUB offers you one of the best campuses in Dhaka city. The state-of-the-art campus is located just behind the Haji camp near the international airport. I think I should stop here because I can continue on and on. But you must be eagerly waiting to hear from the renowned educationist present. So let me welcome you once again to this program and surrender the mic. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Now, one of our existing students belongs to Executive MBA. Mr. Shihabuddin Huya will share his feelings about this university. Currently, he is working as sales manager in Singer Bangladesh Limited. Before that, he was in BRB Group as well as Paradise Group. So may I request Mr. Shihab, please share your feelings about Northern University with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. A.K.M. Saiful Modid sir, special guest and our respected VC Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain sir, our commendable guest of honor Professor Dr. Ramanul Islam sir, respected program chair and our excellent VC Professor Dr. Nazrul Islam sir, all the teachers of our university, my lovely varsity mates, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. Hope all of you are well. You know, we are passing a very crucial time. The entire world is passing a dangerous period. Human life is challenged by an unseen enemy. However, let us pray to Almighty Allah, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, for the safety of all living beings. Most welcome to Northern University, Bangladesh. From now on, all of you are Nubian. Feel proud for being the student of Northern University. To face the 21st century challenge, all of you have taken a very good decision to attain a professional degree. At the same time, you have chosen a fantastic university. There may be a question in your mind why I'm telling fantastic university. Already, you know, I am also a proud student of this university. Last year, I took admission in this university. Due to my extreme busyness, I take 2 subjects at a time, and that is why I need more time to complete the course. However, as I'm a student of this university, I have the experience which I want to share with you. The main point which is very important, that is cooperation of teachers. All the teachers, I'm to সবাইকে request করব to keep off the mic, to keep sound, keep mute your sound. So what I was telling to you, all the teachers are very friendly, very responsive, very cooperative, and very supportive, very helpful, very caring, very gentle. Dear my classmates, you can't imagine how supportive they are. আমি একটু ফারজানা ম্যাডামকে রিকোয়েস্ট করবো সবাইকে একটু মিউট করে দিতে। Please. For your kind information, in our guest panel, my direct teacher, Professor Ramanul Islam sir, is here. Before coronavirus, sir was taking class from Malaysia, and you know, sir stay in Malaysia and he takes classes from there. You can imagine how lovely teacher he is, how cooperative teacher he is. His teaching technique, teaching method is straight, speechless. Hats up to our Professor Ramanul Islam sir. If everything goes well, I may visit Malaysia by next February and I shall meet to my dearest teacher, if sir allow me. Thank you, sir. এই পর্যায়ে এসে আমি একটু বাংলায় কিছু কথা বলতে চাই আমার ক্লাসমেটদের উদ্দেশ্যে বা ইউনিভার্সিটি মেটদের উদ্দেশ্যে, স্যার যদি অ্যালাউ করেন বা ফারজানা যদি অ্যালাউ করেন আমাকে। আমি কথাটা এভাবে বলতে চাই যে আমি এই ইউনিভার্সিটিতে ভর্তি হয়ে যদি অন্য কোনো ইউনিভার্সিটিতে ভর্তি হতাম, আমার মনে হয় না আমি কোর্সটা কন্টিনিউ করতে পারতাম। ডিউ টু মাই প্রফেশন আমাকে এক্সট্রিম বিজি থাকতে হয়। এই বিজনেসের জন্য আমি এতটাই বিজি থাকি যে প্রায়শই আমি ক্লাস করতে পারি না অথবা পরীক্ষা দিতে পারি, আমাকে দেশের বাইরে যেতে হয়, পরীক্ষাও আমি ঠিক মতো দিতে পারি না। তো টিচাররা আমাকে এতটাই সহযোগিতা করে, এতটাই, যেটা আমি মানে আনবিলিভেবল। আমি 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 খুবই কৃতজ্ঞ আমি প্রতিটা টিচারের কাছে। আমি যদি একটা রিসেন্ট একটা উদাহরণ টানি, আমি গত যে কোর্সটা আমার ছিল এমআইএস সাবজেক্ট ছিল, এই সাবজেক্টটা আমার একটু লিটল বিট ডিফারেন্ট মনে হচ্ছিল, এবং আমি though I attended every classes but I could not manage myself to align with question pattern, and sometimes I was feeling that maybe I cannot pass the exam. তো একদিন আমি স্যারকে কল দিলাম, স্যার ক্লাসটা নিচ্ছিলেন, আমি অফিসারকে কল দিয়ে বললাম, স্যার আমি আসলে বুঝতে পারতেছি না কি হবে বা কিভাবে আমি করব। তো স্যার কিছুটা সময় নিয়ে বেশ কিছুটা সময় নিয়ে আমাকে বোঝালেন যে মানে কিভাবে এই কোর্সটাতে আমি ভালো করতে পারি। এন্ড বিলিভ মি, আমার রেজাল্ট ছিল ফ্যান্টাস্টিক আমি রেজাল্ট করেছি এটাতে। তো এই যে পার্সোনালি কেয়ারিং, ম্যাডাম শাহপরান শফি নামে কেউ একজন বুঝতে পারছে না, তাকে কাইন্ডলি মিউট করে দেন, খুব ভালো হয়।
এক্স্যাক্টলি এই লোকটা একটু মানে ওনার সমস্যা করতে।
জি প্লিজ, থ্যাংক ইউ। তো আমি স্যার আমাকে ভালোভাবে বুঝালেন এবং আমি খুব ভালো করলাম এই সাবজেক্টটাতে। তো আমি শুধু এইটাই না, আমি প্রতিজন টিচারের কথা আমি বলবো, প্রত্যেকটা টিচার এত বেশি কোঅপারেটিভ, যেটা আমার এখানে কন্টিনিউশন করতে খুবই সহযোগিতা করেছে, খুবই। তো আমি অন্য যারা এখানে এনইউবিতে যারা এসেছে এবং যারা ভর্তি হয়েছে, আমি তাদেরকে ওয়েলকাম জানাচ্ছি। তারা একটা খুব ভালো ডিসিশন নিয়েছে, ভালো একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম নিয়েছে, এবং এনইউবি চমৎকার একটা ক্যাম্পাস করেছে। আমি লাকিলি আমার বাসাটাই ক্যাম্পাসের একদম কাছে, ওয়াকিং ডিস্টেন্স ফ্রম মাই রেসিডেন্স। তো এই চমৎকার এই ক্যাম্পাসটা দেখি আমি মূলত, যখন তারা করছিল দেখে মূলত এনইউবিতে গিয়েছিলাম, এবং তারপরে এনইউবিতে আমি বানানী ক্যাম্পাসে ভর্তি হয়ে আমি যখন ক্লাস করছিলাম, আমার আশা ছিল কবে এখানে আসবে, আমার বাসার কাছে কবে ইউনিভার্সিটির ক্যাম্পাসটা চলে আসবে, এটা আমি সারাক্ষণ ভাবতেছিলাম। তো এখনো আসেনি, আমার কিছুটা দুর্ভাগ্য বলতে পারে, বাট যখনই আসবে, আমি ছাত্র থাকি আর না থাকি, আমি একবার যাবো, আমি টিচারদের সাথে দেখা করে আসবো। চমৎকার একটা পরিবেশের চমৎকার একটা ক্যাম্পাস, খুব ভালো একটা ক্যাম্পাস। আমি খুব প্রাউড ফিল করি যে আমি এনবির একজন ছাত্র, এবং আমি সবাইকে অনুরোধ করব যে আপনারা যারা ভর্তি হয়েছেন টিচারদের সাথে কোঅপারেশন রাখবেন অলওয়েজ। রেজাল্ট তো ভালো হবেই, লেখাপড়াটা ভালো হবে, এবং ডেফিনেটলি প্রফেশনাল ডিগ্রিটা আপনাদের খুব কাজে দেবে। আমি আর বেশি কিছু আপাতত বলতে চাই না, আমি শুধু আপনাদেরকে আরেকবার শুভেচ্ছা জানিয়ে আমি সবার শুভকামনা করে আমি শেষ করছি। অনেক বড় বড় স্যারেরা বসে আছেন, তাদের কথা আমরা শুনবো আজকে। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ, থ্যাংক ইউ, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Thank you, Mr. Shihab, for sharing your feelings with NUB. Now I would like to request our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Aminul Islam sir, to say something for
of Grameen Bank and the chief guest of this MBA Freshers Reception Fall 2020, Professor Anwar Hussain, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Northern University, Bangladesh, one of my favorite personality. I love to listen to his talks and lectures whenever I meet him. Professor Dr. Nuzul Islam, the Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Ikramul Islam, the Honorable Treasurer, Professor Dr. Zabir, and of course, lovely moderator Farzana Chaudhary. She used to help me when I teach the research methodology course to MBA students, and of course the dearest students who are already with NUB and who are joining as fresh today. Assalamu alaikum and very good evening. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to Northern University leadership for inviting me to be one of the speakers for this great occasion. Of course, the freshers reception, as we call in Bangla, Nobin Boron, right? Which actually is a very important occasion for the institution as well as for students. For students, they get to know the lecturers as well as the policies, regulations, the syllabus, curriculum, the processes, procedures, all that. And for university also, they will get to know the kind of students they're getting in the program. All right. So I welcome all of you to the family of Northern University, Bangladesh. I think you have chosen the right university and the right program. I'm very sure During my interaction from 2015, I think I started first time by conducting a workshop in Northern University. Last 5 or 6 years of interaction of Northern University, it provides a quality education. This is comparable to the quality of any international universities in the world. So you're in the right program and with right hand. And as Brother Shihab has mentioned earlier, that you will enjoy most of the classes conducted by Northern University lecturers. And of course, as Brother Shihab and others, any one of you would like to visit Malaysia, you are most welcome to visit me in my house. My house is just nearby Langkawi Island, the most popular tourism spot. It takes only 35 minutes from there to my house, okay, very near. All right, whenever I get to meet Bangladeshi, my countrymates, those are residing in Bangladesh, I don't feel like speaking in English. I feel like I would be more conversable if I speak in Bengali. So with Farjana's permission, can I say a few words in Bengali? Prof. Anwar, sir, if you allow me.
Yes, please. Yes, please. No way. No problem.
Being a Bangladeshi, I always prefer, especially when I'm meeting Bangladesh. All right, for those of যারা আজকে নতুন জয়েন করছো তাদের উদ্দেশ্যে আমি ছোট্ট কয়েকটি কথা বলবো। একটি হলো যে যদি আমি ফিজিক্যালি সামনে থাকতাম তাহলে জিজ্ঞেস করতাম যে এমবিএটা কেন, অন্য কিছু তো মাস্টার্স করার জন্য অনেক প্রোগ্রামই আছে, সেগুলোতে করা যায়, কিন্তু কেন এমবিএতে আসা হলো? আমার মনে হয় সবচেয়ে পপুলার জবাব হতো হয়তোবা যে আমার একটা প্রমোশনের দরকার, অথবা আরেকটা জবাব হতো যে আমার একটা স্যালারি বাড়বে, আরেকটা জবাব হতো যে আমার একটা নতুন চাকরি দরকার, বিবিএ পাশ করে ভালো চাকরি পাচ্ছি না, এমবিএ হলে একটা ভালো চাকরি পাবো। এই জবাবগুলোই হয়তোবা সবচেয়ে পপুলার জবাব হতো আমার ধারণা আর কি। তবে এটি অবশ্যই যে কথাগুলো আমি বললাম এগুলোর জন্য আমরা এমবিএ করি কোনো সন্দেহ নেই, এগুলো অনেকগুলো কারণের একটি দুইটা কারণ। তবে এর পাশাপাশি যে জিনিসগুলো আমাদেরকে জরুরিভাবে মাথায় রাখতে হবে, বুঝতে হবে, সেটি হলো যে এমবিএ ক্লাসটা হলো একটা আইডিয়াল প্লেস ফর নেটওয়ার্কিং। আমি যখন ইউনিভার্সিটি সায়েন্স মালয়েশিয়াতে এমবিএ করেছি, আমি কিন্তু আমার কলিগদের থেকে বেশি শিখেছি, যেটুকু শিখেছি লেকচারদের কাছ থেকে, প্রফেসরদের কাছ থেকে, তার থেকে বেশি শিখেছি আমার কলিগদের কাছ থেকে, ক্লাসে যারা আমার সঙ্গে বসতেন। কারণ এমবিএ ক্লাসটাতে প্রচুর অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট থাকে, গ্রুপ প্রজেক্ট থাকে, যেখানে ছাত্রদের ভিতরে প্রচুর ইন্টারেকশন। আর আমরা যারা পড়াই, আমরা ক্লাসটাকেও এমন ভাবে লাইভলি করার চেষ্টা করি যেন ছাত্রদের ভিতরে প্রচুর ইন্টারেকশন হয়। তো এই নেটওয়ার্কিং যে সুযোগটা এমবিএ ক্লাসে তোমরা পাবা, এবং এরপরে যখন চাকরি বাকরি ব্যবসা বাণিজ্যের জন্য আমাদের প্রয়োজন হবে, আমরা আমাদের নেটওয়ার্কিং খুব ভালোভাবে ব্যবহার করতে পারবো। এটি একটা ভালো সুযোগ, এই সুযোগটা কোনোভাবে আমাদের জন্য ছাড়া ঠিক হবে না। দ্বিতীয় যে জিনিসটি আমি খুব হাইলাইট করার চেষ্টা করব, সেটা হলো যে আমরা নলেজকে এনহান্স করতে চাই, সেটার জন্য আমরা মূলত এমবিএ প্রোগ্রাম বা এই ধরনের কোনো পোস্ট গ্রাজুয়েট প্রোগ্রামে এনরোল করি। কিন্তু আমরা এখন ফোর্থ ইন্ডাস্ট্রিয়াল রেভলিউশন এবং প্যান্ডেমিক সিচুয়েশনে এসে কিছু নতুন টার্ম আমরা ইউজ করছি, যেটা আমরা বলছি, একটা হলো যে আমরা বলি লার্ন, আনলার্ন অ্যান্ড রিলার্ন। তিনটা শব্দ আমরা একসঙ্গে ইউজ করছি এখন। তার মানে আমরা কিছু নতুন করে লার্ন করছি, লার্ন করার পরে এটা ভুলে যাওয়ার পরে আবার রিলার্নিং এর দরকার আছে, আর কিছু জিনিস আমাদেরকে ভুলে যেতে হবে যেগুলো অবসোলিউট হয়ে গিয়েছে। তো এখন আমাদেরকে আপ টু ডেট থাকার জন্য যে নলেজ, সেগুলো আমাদেরকে লার্ন করতে হবে এবং আগের গুলোকে ভুলে যেতে হবে। কারণ আমাদের সবারই, আমাদের ব্রেনে একটা ক্যাপাসিটি আছে, ক্যাপাসিটি বেশি তো আমরা বিয়ার করতে পারবো না। আরেকটা জিনিস আমরা এর সঙ্গে বলে থাকি, সেটা হলো স্কিলিং, রি-স্কিলিং অ্যান্ড আপ স্কিলিং। তো এমবিএ ছাত্রদের জন্য আমার এই রিকোয়েস্টটা খুব থাকবে, সেটি হলো শুধু এমবিএ ক্লাসে ঢুকে এমবিএ ক্লাসগুলো শেষ করে এখানের জন্য আমরা শেষ না হয়, এমবিএ এর পাশাপাশি নতুন যে কোর্সগুলো অফার করা হয়, যেমন এখন ইউনিভার্সিটি একটা নতুন কোর্স অফার করেছে অনলাইনে, আমি দেখলাম ডিজিটাল মার্কেটিং বোধহয়, তাই না ফারজানা? এই ধরনের যে কোর্সগুলো বিভিন্ন ইউনিভার্সিটি অফার করছে, এইগুলোর সুযোগ নেওয়া উচিত। হার্ভার্ড ইউনিভার্সিটি বা কেমব্রিজ ইউনিভার্সিটি গুলো গত 5 বছর আগে থেকে অনলাইনে প্রচুর সুন্দর প্রোগ্রাম অফার করে। বাংলাদেশে অনেকগুলো প্রাইভেট ইউনিভার্সিটি এই ধরনের পদক্ষেপ নিয়েছে। আমরা যারা এমবিএ করছি, আমাদের আপ স্কিলিং এর জন্য এমবিএ এর পাশাপাশি এই ধরনের যে কোর্সগুলো অফার করা হয়, সেগুলোর সুযোগ আমাদের গ্রহণ করা উচিত। আমি দেখলাম ফিটা খুবই কম, অ্যাফোর্ডেবল, এবং খুব অল্প সময়ে এই ধরনের কোর্সগুলো করা সম্ভব। তো ব্লক চেইন, ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল টেকনোলজি, ইন্টারনেট অফ থিংস, ক্লাউড কম্পিউটিং, ডিজিটাল মার্কেটিং সহ যে এরিয়াগুলো এখন খুব প্রমিনেন্স পাচ্ছে। আমরা কিন্তু অনলাইনে এখন ব্যাংকে ট্রানজেকশন করি, আমি একটা 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 ক্লিকেই কিন্তু 1 লক্ষ টাকা ট্রান্সফার হয়ে যাচ্ছে। আমরা অনলাইনে জিনিসপাতি কিনছি, তো সবগুলো প্রোটেক্টেড এবং সিকিউর। তো ব্লক চেইন টেকনোলজি বা ফিনটেক, ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল টেকনোলজি, এগুলো আমাদেরকে এনশিওর করছে। এই টেকনোলজিগুলো আমাদের শিখতে হবে, জানতে হবে। আমি হিউম্যান রিসোর্স ম্যানেজমেন্টে ডিপার্টমেন্টে চাকরি করি, এই জন্য হিউম্যান রিসোর্স ম্যানেজমেন্ট নিয়েই থাকবো। এভাবে থাকলে কিন্তু আমরা কম্পিটিটিভনেসটা হারিয়ে ফেলবো। কম্পিটিটিভ অ্যাডভান্টেজটা গেইন করতে হলে আমাদেরকে আপস্কিলিং এ যেতে হবে, আর সেইখানটায় আমি সবসময় ফোকাস দিয়ে থাকি। এমবিএ কোর্সের পাশাপাশি আপস্কিলিং এর দিকে নজর দেবেন। নতুন নতুন যে প্রোগ্রামগুলো অফার করা হয়, অনলাইনে হোক আর ফিজিক্যালি হোক, এগুলো অ্যাটেন্ড করার চেষ্টা করবেন। আর অনলাইনে এখন ওয়েবিনার হয়, ওয়ার্কশপ হয়, সেমিনার হয়, সিম্পোজিয়াম হয় প্রচুর, এগুলো অ্যাটেন্ড করার আমার চেষ্টা করা উচিত বলে আমি মনে করি। আর এমবিএ ক্লাসে আরেকটা জিনিস আপনারা পাবেন, সেটা হলো প্রচুর প্রেজেন্টেশন আমরা ফিজিক্যালি করে থাকি, অনলাইনেও চেষ্টা করি। সেগুলোতে আপনাদের কমিউনিকেশন স্কিল গুলোকে শার্পেন করতে হবে। আমরা যখন কোনো ইন্টারভিউতে যাই চাকরির জন্য, আমাদের অবজেক্টিভটা থাকে যারা বোর্ডে থাকবে তাদেরকে কনভিন্স করা। কমিউনিকেশন স্কিলস যদি উইক হয়, আমি কত ভালো ছাত্র, কত ভালো রেজাল্ট, আমি দেখতে কত সুন্দর, কোনোটি কাজ দিবে না যদি কমিউনিকেশন স্কিলটা পোর হয়। তো এই ক্ষেত্রে এমবিএ ক্লাসের সময়, যে সময়টা 1 বছর বা 2 বছর থাকবো, কমিউনিকেশন স্কিলসটাকে একটু শার্পেন করার জন্য আপনারা অবশ্যই চেষ্টা করবেন। আর একটা দিকে আমি দৃষ্টি দিয়ে আমার কথাটা শেষ করে দিই। সেটি হলো যে আমরা মানুষের জন্য চাকরি করি, তাই না? আমরা চাকরি করি কোম্পানিতে। আমার বাবা বলতো যে আগে তো একসময় আমরা স্লেভ বলতাম, আর এখনকার যুগে আমরা হলাম সফিস্টিকেটেড স্লেভ। সফিস্টিকেটেড স্লেভ, আপনাকে 9টায় আসতে হয়, 9টায় আসতে হয়, 5টার বিরুদ্ধে 5টাকে যেতে পারবেন না, আপনাকে 8 ঘন্টা থাকতে হবে। সফিস্টিকেটেড স্লেভ। তো স্লেভারি ছেড়ে এমবিএ যারা করবেন, আমি চাইবো এর একটা বড় অংশ নিজেরা নিজেদের বস হবে, নিজেরা এন্টারপ্রেনার হবেন। ছোট ছোট ব্যবসা থেকে অনেক বড় ব্যবসা গড়ে উঠছে। ঢাকাতে এই ধরনের এক্সাম্পল প্রচুর। আমি কিছু খালাম্মা বা চাচি আমাকে জানি, যারা 4জন 5জন বোয়াকে দিয়ে বিভিন্ন ধরনের প্রোডাক্ট তৈরি করে ফ্রি রেখে এগুলোকে ভেজে ভেজে বিক্রি করে প্রতি মাসে 2 লক্ষ 3 লক্ষ 5 লক্ষ টাকা কামাই করছে। তো এই ধরনের ছোট ছোট প্রজেক্ট করে যারা এমবিএ শেষ করবেন, ছোট ছোট ব্যবসা শুরু করবেন, আপনি নিজের বস হবেন। আর বেশ কিছু সংখ্যক মানুষের জন্য কর্মক্ষেত্র তৈরি করবেন, যেটা মানুষের জন্য চাকরি সৃষ্টি করবে, আমাদের অর্থনীতিতে প্রবৃদ্ধিতে সহযোগিতা করবে। আমি মনে হয় যে এই পয়েন্টটাতে একটু বেশি এমফাসিস দিতে চাই। আপনাদের প্রতি আহ্বান থাকবে যে আমি আশা করি যারা আজকে ক্লাসে জয়েন করছেন, একটা বড় অংশ নিজেরা এন্টারপ্রেনার হিসেবে একটা নতুন ব্যবসা শুরু করে অন্যদের জন্য আপনারা অনুপ্রেরণার উৎস হয়ে থাকবেন ইনশাআল্লাহ। তো আমি এটুকু কথা বলে আজকে রাখতে চাই। আশা করি যদি নর্দার্ন ইউনিভার্সিটি আমাকে একটা সাবজেক্টের পড়ায় কন্টিনিউ করার সুযোগ দেন, তাহলে আপনাদের সঙ্গে ক্লাসে দেখা হবে ইনশাআল্লাহ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম এন্ড ভেরি গুড ইভিনিং এগেইন।
Thank you, Dr. Aminul sir. Thank you for your wonderful and enthusiastic speech. May I request now our special guest, Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Northern University, Bangladesh, to deliver his valuable speech for our newcomers.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Ekem Saiful Majid, my ex-colleague in IBA, and also the chairman of Grameen Bank, the largest bank in the country, and our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Aminul Islam, all the way from Malaysia, joining us. Professor Dr. Nazrul Islam, our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chair of today's session, and also the Dean of the Business Faculty. My colleague, Treasurer, Dr. Ikramul Islam, Head of the Business School, Professor Dr. Javed Mahmood, Coordinator of the MBA program, Mr. Mafizuddin, and many of my colleagues whose name I cannot possibly remember all of them. Because when I joined Northern University about 4 years before, I attached myself with the business school because I always belong to the business school. I'm a student of business and I always remain a very loyal student of business and business faculty. So it is indeed a great occasion for me to see our dreams come fulfilled. You know, because of the pandemic, all sorts of interaction, face-to-face interaction has not taken place. And I'm going to meet my colleagues after a long time, Professor Saiful Majid. And I'm also seeing Professor Aminul Islam, I remember how we struggled just to accommodate Dr. Amin Islam and Dr. Shafiqur Rahman all the way from Australia and Malaysia to take classes for the MBA program in the Banani campus and also in the Globe campus. A lot of problems were there. I think it is not possible. We do not have enough capacity to do it. A lot of people were very much agnostics and they discouraged us. But I said, no, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I want these two celebrated professors to be here to teach our courses to the MBA students. And ultimately we succeeded. And they have brilliantly taken those courses. And thank God, because of that experience, we did not spend any day to switch over to online courses in the entire university. That is the experience, which was a pilot scheme or pioneer scheme for us, an eye-opener for us that we can do it. So possibly out of the private universities, we are the first one which switched over to the online mode after the government announced the lockdown and the restrictions. And the students got the benefit of that. And now we are almost seasoned. We have developed our own LMS. We can use the Zoom. We can do a lot of other things. And a lot of sophistications are coming. And this is another example of our sophistication in the technological convenience that we have got. I said there are 14 points which are the merits of the pandemic. A lot of people talk about the pandemics, disaster, this and that, economic shattered, many things. But it has also given us a lot of things. This disruption of the previous mode, we have switched over to the online mode, which has hastened the digital transfer of the Bangladesh. And the Bangladesh Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, has been telling all along that we want a digital Bangladesh. And part of that has already been achieved by this quick turnover to the online system. I would like to congratulate our business school, especially the MBA department, for organizing such a splendid orientation program in the fresh reception for about 40 students. 40 is a very, lucky number. I don't want to remind you of the Alibaba and 40 thieves, but I want to say that these 40 people will conquer the economy and the business world of the Bangladesh. Because this is a lot of convincing number that you have. And one point has been very uniquely said by our Professor Aminul Islam, that the MBA program has got a lot of other reasons to join. But one of the main reasons that really makes the MBA program different is this connectivity and the contact that you develop with other fellow students and the learning from each other, the chemistry. Somebody comes from a particular discipline and a particular sector. Another comes from tourism. Another comes from banking. So you get all the feedback from them. And your learning chemistry becomes much more sharp and skilled and versatile. That is the way we take the MBA program. The students are the teachers. And you learn better when you learn from your peers. Peers teaching is the right teaching. And we always encourage students to form group workshops where they learn from each other. That's a great way of learning. And all the researchers on learning teach us that this is the most expedient way to learn. So I'm really glad that Professor Amin Islam has highlighted that. And we'll be waiting to listen to our very erudite colleague of mine, Professor Saiful Majid, who has got a vast experience on how to conduct the Grameen Bank. And it's really nice to see that so many students have joined this MBA program despite this pandemic. And another advantage that we have by switching over to the online mode is that it's not the campus you have to come. The campus is going to the students, just like the banks have already gone to the customers. And I had been telling long before that there was a time when people used to go to factory. But initially, if you look into the movement of the industrial revolution phase-wise, in the prehistoric period, when there was a guild system, every productive occupations were conducted at home. The guild system, master craftsmen, the journeymen, they were the workers and the managers. But when the factory system, first industrial revolution brought the factory system production, and everybody switched to factory, leaving their home. And the gender discrimination, the alienation, everything came. Now, another switch in Industry 4.0 will be going back home, work from home. The family-friendly organizations are coming up. So this is very interesting that in our university, All the faculty members are conducting the classes from sitting at the comfort of their home. And the students are also getting the lesson sitting at the comfort of the home. And that's why we are having 100% attendance in the class, which is not possible in the face-to-face situation. This is a really remarkable achievement that we have made. We do not want that this should continue and we should always switching over to the online mode. Maybe when the situation permits, we'll go to a face-to-face mode, because that is going to give us a very extraordinary experience when you have teachers at your close distance, proximity, you learn from him and also interact, and you are emotionally tied and linked. So I'm really expecting a great class which has joined in the NUB family. I welcome all the students of the MBA program in our greater, bigger NUB family. And we hope that your experience in this university, in this family, will be rewarding one. You will learn a lot. You will also have the possibility to earn a lot when you graduate. So I would like to see you graduate within a period that has been stipulated here, but it depends on how fast and how quickly you move. If you want to move fast, you can move out easily. In 14 months, my daughter, she finished the MBA program in 14 months. So if you want to do it quickly, you can do it. If you want to do it slowly at your own pace, at a comfortable pace, no, you are welcome. No problem. And that's why you can take more courses, you can take less courses, depending on your pressure at the job that is there. So I'd like to once again thank Mr. Shihab, who has very beautifully spoken the minds of the students, because that's what we want to know. Because this is an opportunity for us to know what is the expectation. You are our customers, you are our clients. We would like to see. We would like to also see the industry people come and take our classes. We would like to see industry people decide what sort of curriculum we'll be having, because ultimately the end users are the industry people, and let them come and focus. We want to make our program blended with the reality, with the practicality, with the skill, and the top-up issue that Professor Aminul Islam has raised. Very interesting point. You should not be satisfied with your degree. Degree is a beginning, it's a roadmap to a particular path. And another last point that I would like to talk to you is the lesson that we have learned recently from Professor Philip Kotler. You'll be really glad to know that we have gone an agreement with Professor Philip Kotler's Kotler Impact, where it is a 3 years program that we are allowed to sell the Kotler's book, to sell the Kotler's ideas and the kind of lessons that he gives. Recently, we finished direct streaming to 104 countries, including Bangladesh, spoken by 80 professors and really top industrialists, top corporate people who talked and gave their lectures, including some ex-head of the states. And millions of people viewed and listened to that. And we are part of the co-organizer of that great event that happened in 6th and 7th November. And we remember one of the speakers has said we should go for a healing organization. A healing organization is to be empathetic with the workers, with the employees, with everyone, so that nobody is left out. We would also like to see that the problems of the employees are highlighted and the organization lives not only for mission and vision, but a greater purpose of humanity. So we have to take people, profit, and production. These are the 3 P which every corporate people should look into. Let's make this world livable. The pandemic has given us a lesson that if we live alone, if we do not believe in the social reality, then we are likely to be suffered by the pandemic time and again. So let us try to commonly work on the health sector. Let us try to commonly work on the economic sector, so that economic security, health security is for all. Let us try to save the planet. Let us try to save Bangladesh. With these few words, I once again thank all the guests who have come here to join in this program, and especially the business school for giving me this privilege to talk to the future students already who are joining from today. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful and motivational speech. Hope your advice makes your student much more optimistic in future. It is actually the time we know different valuable advice, learning and ideas from our honorable chief guest, Professor Dr. A.K.M. Saiful Majid, Chairman of the Board of Nobel Peace Prize winning organization Grameen Bank. Professor Majid served IBA as professor, associate professor, and assistant professor, along with several administrative positions in the last 25 years. He also served the institute as the director. Besides, Dr. Majid served Eastern University as the Vice Chancellor and Chairman of the Trustee Board and worked as a visiting faculty of University of Kassel in Germany. Moreover, Dr. Majid is a recipient of the Senior Fulbright Fellowship awarded by the US Department of the State in 2010. Honorable Sir, may I request you to say your motivational speech for our newcomers?
Thanks for inviting me, Honorable Vice Chancellor, very respected Professor Anwar Hussain. He was my very senior colleague. I learned a lot from him in my IBA life, and also very esteemed Professor Dr. Aminul Islam from the University of Malaysia Perlis, and the respected treasurer of Northern University, Professor Dr. Ikramul Islam. I think I'm not mistaken your name. Okay, and my dear student, Dr. Javed, and all respected faculties who are present here today, especially Professor Dr. Nuzul Islam, the esteemed Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor of Northern University, and all dear students who have admitted themselves into the MBA program of Northern University. I think one thing is very important. Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain mentioned that, for example, the campus has been brought to the students, right, today. And the students did not need to go to the campus, to the physical campus, and I think it's a great achievement. Why is it a great achievement? Because this is what Grameen Bank does. What Grameen Bank does is different from other banks. The Grameen Bank brings the bank to the customers. And it has more than 91 lakh customers in the country, covering more than 81,000 villages, across the country. And I think this way I find quite an interesting similarity of Grameen Bank and Northern University Bangladesh. Both the organizations have brought the university and the bank to the customers. And I think one thing is I need to appreciate that many of the private universities, most of the public universities were rather closed, but kept shut during this pandemic crisis. And what Dr. Javed and Professor Anwar and Dr. Anwar mentioned, that Northern University kept its curriculum, kept its teaching and other practices, academic programs continuously open, and all these things were done in a very systematic, regular way. And even the semesters were rather closed timely, and the new semester also, I assume that the new semester also, this fall semester has started on time. So one thing the Professor Dr. Aminul Islam mentioned, he started asking a question: is MBA program? Is it really important for students to go for the MBA program? Definitely, it is important. And why is it important for the students? Why MBA program is important? There's a good number of reasons. There is a good number of reasons that students should go for MBA program. One thing that Professor Aminul Islam mentioned, what MBA program does, it does enhance the knowledge of the students. Enhancing knowledge as the students will move through the different courses of the MBA program, their knowledge, they'll be more knowledgeable. At the same time, they'll be more skilled. And this particular combination of MBA program is such, the whole curriculum is so interesting. I've talked to many students in my life, and all of them agreed that basically what this particular combination of business discipline MBA program, this is a very versatile, very integrated approach, and that increases the versatility of the students in terms of their knowledge achievement, in terms of their skill enhancing. So I think that is the issue that Professor Aminul Islam focused again, more and more on reskilling, new skilling, upgrading the skills, and also not during the student period, but of course life goes on, and learning is a lifelong process. Therefore, achieving the MBA program, completing the MBA program is the first step, and of course, uh, we need to learn and unlearn throughout the whole life to enhance our career. So the other point that, for example, there's a there's a good number of reasons MBA program rather creates a, a very strong knowledge. It is a wealth of advantages that MBA program creates for the students, for the graduates. And for example, MBA program, it enhances the critical thinking, critical reasoning, and these things, this critical thinking, critical reasoning, and also creativity. MBA program will enhance the creativity of the students, and students will usually get more creative, more rather leader-like. Their leadership capability, competences develop more. Who complete the MBA program, and at the same time, MBA program is pretty flexible. It not only enhances advanced management skills, but it also enhances flexible and other soft, very required management skills. And as we know that usually the MBA programs and the curricula, rather pedagogy is pretty much case-oriented and solving cases, the way academic interactions take place, it enhances the problem-solving skills of the students. Their decision-making skills improve, and at the same time, they become very successful in managing different situations, especially not only simple situations, but so they learn to manage more difficult situations in their life. Again, I think there's a number of reasons why students should go for MBA program. The reasons include not only the enhancement of salary, enhancement or rather increasing their job prospect, and it also enhances their job security. But at the same time, it also they can switch over after graduation or during their professional life. It increases their their flexibility to switch over to other industries, to other disciplines, to other careers. So from that point of view, I think there's a good number of reasons students should go for MBA program. And also, Professor Amin Islam mentioned that networking skills and communication skills, these are very important too, because he learned pretty much, and our students also tell us that they usually learn more uh, through group studies, through interaction uh, within the groups, with the classmates. And the same thing, I think the same message was given by Professor Dr. Aminul Islam, that communication skills really matter. This people management skills, managing different groups, working in a diverse group, and not only with homogeneous people. I think there's a range of things there's a range of skills, and there's a range of important competitive capabilities that can be enhanced, can be developed by going through the MBA program. And of course, the other thing is networking is, I think this is the Professor Anwar also mentioned about the Industry 4.0, and also Professor Amni mentioned that digital marketing is taught at Northern University of Bangladesh. Other than digital marketing, there's a number of courses they have mentioned that are rather taught with blockchain and other things that are components of Industry 4.0. And these things are being taught at Northern University. And I think it's very interesting that the curriculum, my understanding is that the curriculum of Northern University is getting upgraded, and it is getting the curriculum is incorporating, including newer disciplines that really the students need. And these things, I think, if we really look at the business landscape, the landscape of the universities in Bangladesh, few universities teach, for example, courses in digital marketing, teach courses, for example, about blockchain and other things. And whether we wish or not, we have to go with rather Industry 4.0. And at the same time, I think one very important reason, one very strong argument that the student should get an MBA degree is that this is the time, this is the knowledge, this is the time that this is the time of knowledge management, this is the time of skills management, and this is the time of revolution that is taking place in the area of human capital formation. And human capital formation is more important than, for example, even than financial capital formation of a country or of a firm. So I think taking all these things, I think the curriculum, the teaching approach, Professor Aminul Islam mentioned, especially Mr. Shihab, one of the students mentioned that the teachers are very friendly, teachers are very cooperative, and also not only cooperative, they are very rather flexible in rather accommodating the diverse needs of the students, customized in a customized way. And that is what he mentioned, that is, I think, great thing, that, you know, a country that traditionally students are usually not, they're pretty much scared of the student, of the teachers. And I think it's very difficult to find very friendly teachers in general, you know, universities. And I think that makes a good difference, that I think the teaching staff. At the same time, Javed also mentioned that almost 50% of the teachers have PhD degrees. I think this is also, I think this is a very big step advantage, competitive advantage of Northern University, because I think we have very few universities in our country that have 50% of PhDs. And I think that is I think the combination of the teachers, the quality of the teachers, and the interaction of the teachers, the mindset of the teachers and the students, and the relationships teachers have with the students, I think these are very appreciable. I think we need to learn many things from, we have many things to learn from Northern University, and we need to talk to about these things, these qualities, this atmosphere, friendly atmosphere that exists in Northern University. So one thing is, I think I'll not probably I'll bring my speech um, to an end. I think not so long. I don't make it long. I try to cut it short. What is important, I think, there are certain value creating activities. And this, what are the most important value creating activities? We spend a lot of time in doing, in our life, doing routine jobs. We spend a lot of time, wasting time, doing jobs which do not create much value. And there are some activities, there are few activities which create value, which lead to high value creation. And one of the most important value creating activities include education, training. And this investment in life, this 2-year investment in your life, this is a golden investment. And the value that will be created through your education, that is that is remarkable. And naturally, of course, um, planning, education, this is a high value creating activity I have mentioned. Um, okay, and I need to thank very sincerely uh, to Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northern University, to the very respected, esteemed Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Nazrul Islam, and I didn't have the opportunity to meet the respected, esteemed treasurer of Northern University. I think at least we got ourselves acquainted with him today, and with especially with Professor Dr. Aminul Islam from Malaysia, and also one of my students, Dr. Shafiq Rahman. I went in February this year to Sydney and for a conference there, and I was staying with almost very close to Shafiq Rahman. He again and again he mentioned a number of times that he has been conducting courses at Northern University, and he has full of praise for Northern University. He has been teaching also in Australia in more than one universities, and I think What I'm trying to say that the diverse expertise, diverse faculty, and the pool of teachers, not only nationally but also globally. And Northern University, of course, especially the business school, I do not know much about the other schools, but the business schools has gone for a strategy of accommodating, of pulling resources uh, on a global scale. And I think I'm also associated with one or two private university. I think the narrative experience of Northern University that we need to go for certain strategy, and that pulling up resources, teaching resources, not only from Bangladesh, but we need to pull up resources from other countries. Um, for example, that we have seen here in the case of Northern. And we expect to meeting face to face probably after the pandemic situation. And Professor Rano also mentioned of the pandemic, right? Pandemic is, I think this is a situation that is made the rather lives of many people, of almost all people throughout the world, I think very much in a disadvantaged situation. Uh, Basically, pandemic, this is basically man-made. We talk that this is a gift of nature, or this is a gift of God, this is an act of God, but basically pandemic was created by human beings. And in fact, it is an outcome what we have done to the environment. It is an outcome of what we have done to destroy this planet. And it is almost after 100 years, after a century, that the last such big pandemic took place in 1918, this Spanish flu. That was a pandemic, and that killed almost uh, 50 million people worldwide. 50 million is a huge number. The Spanish flu, and that pandemic, that the vaccine came much later. It took a couple of years for the vaccine to come to the market. But what is important that we need to protect the planet. We need to protect the environment. We need to equip ourselves with such knowledge, with such skills, so that we can preserve, we can protect, and we can sustain the environment, the planet. And of course, the bad news is, for example, the world, we know that the ice has been melting in the polar region, in the Arctic areas. And we had a sort of webinar on pandemic, and we came up with the conclusion. I went through a number of literature. I went through the literature, and this pandemic might come anytime, because many deadly viruses are trapped in the polar ice. And gradually, I think when these polar ice will be melted down, then these very deadly viruses will be exposed. And some of the viruses, the deadliness of the virus, we do not know much, but many new viruses, deadly viruses might come if you do not go for very quick measures, very strong measures to protect and sustain the environment, and protect the planet, and protect ourselves. Thank you very much once again to Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Northern University, to Professor Dr. Nazrul Islam. He was my ex-colleague at Eastern, and I had very fond memories of him working together at that time. And it was very nice to meet Professor Dr. Aminul Islam and the respected treasurer of Northern University, and especially my dear student, Dr. Javed. Javed is so nice, has always been so nice. জাভেদের কথাবার্তা খুবই ভালো, খুব সুন্দর করে গুছিয়ে কথা বলে, এবং জাভেদের মতো আমি ভদ্র ছেলে, মানে আই মিন মানে জাভেদ, আমি কি মানে বুঝতে পারছো না, হোয়াট আই এম ট্রাইং টু সে, আমি তোমাকে অনেক পছন্দ করি আর কি, এটা বলার সুযোগ পেলাম। It is not an empty compliment. Take it very seriously. এই জিনিসটা আমরা এনজয় করি, এবং অনেক ক্ষেত্রে বলা যায় না। তোমার সাথে অনেকদিন পরে দেখা হলো, আমি বলার একটা সুযোগ পেয়েছি। প্রফেসর আনোয়ার হোসেনের কাছে আমি অনেক কিছু শিখেছি আর কি। স্যার তো খুব, আমরা একই ক্যাম্পাসে থাকতাম, and it was a very important learning opportunity. আমাদের ঘন এখানে মিটিংও হতো, মিটিংগুলো কমে গেছে আর কি। ইন এনি কেস আইবিএর যে বর্তমান যে নাম হয়েছে, আইবিএ যে যে অবস্থানে গিয়েছে, এর পিছনে কিন্তু গুটি কয়েকজন সবাই অনেক টিচার এসে গিয়েছে, কিন্তু এখানে অল্প কয়েকজন আছে যারা এই আইবিএর যে ফেম, রেপুটেশন এবং আইবিএর যে ক্রেডিবিলিটি বা আইবিএর যে কোয়ালিটি, হোয়াট এভার দিজ আর, তার পিছনে কয়েকজনের খুব মানে ঘনিষ্ঠ, খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ অবদান আছে, অ্যান্ড প্রফেসর আনোয়ার হোসেন ইজ ওয়ান অফ দেম। স্যার কিছু মনে করবেন, আমি তো এইটু বললাম যে সুযোগ পেয়ে।
মানুষ একটু বেশি বলছেন।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, কি বলেন এখন, আমিও তো এরপরে চলে গেছি, আমি আগের বছর রিটায়ারমেন্টে চলে যাব। বাট সবাইকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ, সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন, সবার জন্য দোয়া করবো, আমাদের জন্য দোয়া করবেন, এবং stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, our honorable chief guest. We are very honored, and actually it's a wonderful experience for us to know lots of information and lots of experiences from you. Thank you, sir. Now may I request our chair of session of today's program, Professor Dr. Nazrul Islam, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean, Faculty of Business of Northern University, Bangladesh.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. A.K.M. Saiful Majid, and also Chairman of Grameen Bank, respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain, and a former Director of IBA, University of Dhaka, and a special guest, Professor Dr. M.D. Aminul Islam, Professor of School of Business, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Technopreneurship, University of Malaysia, Perlis, and Professor Dr. Muhammad Ikramul Islam, Honorable Treasurer of Northern University, Bangladesh, and Professor of Faculty of Business, Northern University, and Head of the Department of Business Administration, Dr. Javed Mahmood, my colleagues, newcomers, and audience, and others. Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening to all of you. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this university, to the School of Business or Faculty of Business of Northern University, and welcome to this Northern University Bangladesh family. In fact, I was in a program, and that was a very difficult and hectic program for me. So I am in fact not really at all prepared at all to speak at this moment. Anyway, even then, I just wanted to say and came and join this program because our new students, MBA students, are joining from this semester in fall 2020 in Faculty of Business and Northern University of Bangladesh. So I just wanted to say welcome you to this university, and wanted to congratulate you for getting chance on for being the member of this NUB family. In fact, the question asked by our special guest, Professor Dr. M.D. Aminul Islam, that why MBA? I think that the question is perfectly asked and reminded by the Honorable Professor Aminul Islam. So you as a newcomer, a new MBA student of Faculty of Business Administration, you must keep this question in your mind when you will be studying here at this school. Why MBA? I think the answer is to be obtained from this school, and that is you who will obtain the answer from this NUB Faculty of Business. Your dear new students and newcomers, you may know that Northern University was established in 2002. And from the beginning, this Faculty of Business was also established from the beginning of this university. And you also may know that this university has already, from this university, more than 30,000 students are already graduated. And you will also be happy to know that more than 35 full secretary of the Bangladesh government were graduated from this faculty. And of course, hundreds of thousands defense personnel, they also graduated and they also studied here in MBA, an executive MBA program, and they graduated from here. So in this sense, I would like to congratulate you that you have selected this Northern University. That Sasa University that has already produced so many graduates, so many self reputed people and the highly designated people who also graduated from this school. So we are proud of them, and the school also is proud of them for providing the service to this bureaucrat and also the defense people, and of course the people like you who just joined MBA program. Dear students, you know, in an MBA program, in fact, your expectation is not only to get the education or learn a lecture or lecture. You also expect that you will be given education which also is practical oriented education. So here in NUB Business School, I know that right now I am teaching an MBA class. I know that this school is trying to combine the along with the theoretical knowledge, practical also knowledge. This university is trying to adapt in teaching learning process. And I believe that this from this school, you will be able to learn something valuable, and you will be able to better equipped after graduating from this school. Anyway, but I think that being a student of this Northern University, Bangladesh, all of you should be prepared yourself in such a way so that you will become a good human being and you will become a good manager in the corporate sector. So, dear students and colleagues, in this orientation program, I again would like to welcome you to this NUB Faculty of Business. And also, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our chief guest today, Professor Dr. ATM Saiful Majid, who has given his valuable time and has talked with you and shared his experience with you. And I am really thankful to you, sir, for attending this orientation program and giving your valuable time, and also your expressing your valuable words to our newcomers, new MBA students. We are also really grateful to Professor Dr. Aminul Islam for connecting us from Malaysia and giving our valuable, expressing our valuable thoughts to our newcomer or new students, MBA students. We are really thankful to you for attending this program and also for sharing your experience. We are also thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor is my teacher, Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain. Sir is always evergreen man and a positive person. So we every day we are learning from Professor Anwar Hussain. He is a man with vision. He is a positive person. He is a man of integrity, and he is our teacher. So, sir, thank you very much for sharing your valuable thoughts with the new students who just joined NUB family in MBA and Executive MBA program. Thanks also to the faculty members who joined this evening in this program, and also, of course, the newcomers and students for joining this program and this university. And dear students, my door is always open for you, and I hope that the education from this Northern University of Bangladesh will help you to build your career better in future. So with this, I would like to welcome you again, and would like to express. Yeah, thank you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Nozrul Islam, sir. Finally, I want to request our Honorable Treasurer and former Head and Dean of Faculty of Business, Professor Dr. Muhammad Ikramul Islam, for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Farjana, for giving me the platform. Actually, my job is very little portion on food, basically. Today, the chair of the session, Professor Dr. Nozrul Islam, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean Faculty of Business, Northern University, Bangladesh. We have Professor A.K.M. Saiful Majid, Chairman, Grameen Bank, and also the Professor of IBA, Dhaka University, and also was the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Eastern University. We have Professor Dr. Anwar Hussain, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northern University, Bangladesh, as a special guest. And one thing for the freshers, that our Honorable Vice Chancellor was the pioneer to introduce the business program in Bangladesh. So we are proud of him. Thank you, sir, for offering this subject in Bangladesh. We have guest of honor, Professor Dr. Aminul Islam from Malaysia, University Malaysia Paris. We never think that he is a guest or guest of honor. He is our family member. We always think about that way. Thank you, sir, for joining us in this very important freshers party. And my dear students who are basically enrolled their name for the MBA program in the current semester. This program is basically you people. So I am giving a special thanks to the guests who joined in this program. So actually, Mr. Shihab, who told that actually there is a very nice interaction between the teachers and students. Being a head of the department, former head of the department, I'm dean faculty. I'm 100% giving support to his statement. We basically cultured this thing. we have a very good relationship with the students and teacher. And one thing for the freshers, I have to mention that our honorable chairman, sir, Professor A.Y.M. Abdullah, he was a professor of IBA at Dhaka University. And we have the vice chancellor. He was also the former director. And I already mentioned that he introduced business program in Bangladesh. Our vice chancellor, Professor Anwar Hussain. We have pro vice chancellor, who was also a business graduates and also our dean faculty of business. And treasurer, the third post, I am also from the business faculty. And our registrar, he also the alumni of NUB. Our registrar, the Munir sir, also, he is the alumni of NUB. So you will get a very good platform. Wherever you will go, you will find some business people. And I think it will not be problem for you people. If you face any kind of problem, please inform and we'll solve your problem, inshallah. Another thing is that students sometimes are very much reluctant to enroll their name for the program BBA or MBA because, you know, after the pandemic situation, the students, teachers, institute also are a little bit confused that how they can run the programs efficiently or in timely. But fortunately, we followed the direction of our chairman and VC sir, and at the very first day, we switched to the traditional approach to the digital approach. We started our online classes. And okay, here we can see that students are also happy nowadays, even though there is a little bit problems because there is a net problem in the urban area or rural area. This type of problem is there, but still students are happy. Even some MBA students are requesting us, sir, please continue this program in the online basis. And here, one dimension also changed. Now we are basically making the analytic and case-based questions, and that is basically enhancing the executive pupils, basically who are doing the MBAs. It is enhancing their knowledge, analytic and case study thinking, this type of power they are showing. In fact, our vice chancellor sir always said that nothing is going in a comfortable situation. So this pandemic situation, some discomforts gave us, and we basically overcoming the situation. And I think and I hope our students can also overcome the situation, because I already got some information, feedbacks from the students that they are basically happy to conducting class in the online or Zoom classes. But one thing, we have to be a little bit professional, because very often we switch off the camera, we are not coming on the video. So this type of things, I think we have to overcome this type of problem. A student must have to arrange their classroom. Classroom means which room, from which room they will conduct the classes. They will arrange properly, accurately, so that they can come to the face to the teachers, and they to the come to the video or camera, in front of the camera. So that, I think, then it will be very lively. The class will be very lively. So at last, I am giving special thanks to all the participants here, including our honorable guest, as well as the freshers, our faculty members, everybody. I am giving special thanks to join the program and make the program very much successful. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your advice and nice words to all of the students. We are almost at the last part of our freshers reception program. And before saying goodbye, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to all of my honorable guests. They have already sacrificed their valuable times for our students, and it's our pride. And we are very honored to get lots of information, lots of we can gather lots of knowledge from our honorable guests. So thank you, sir. Thank you once again. And also I want to wish you good luck to the new students, and want to thank all of the people who are working behind the scenes, especially Abdullah Muhammad Ibrahim sir, who was actually hosting the program from the very beginning. Also our MBA coordinators, Muhammad Shariful Islam sir, special thanks, Mofijuddin sir, and all of my colleagues. All of you are very helpful to make this program so successful. Thank you a lot. And me, Farzana Chaudhuri, senior lecturer, were from you from the very beginning. And I want to thank you again. Be safe, be well. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.